Kendry Morales and the Halos offense were on fire as they lit up the scoreboard with a whole bunch of crooked numbers in a 12-3 blowout. Today, they go for the sweep. A's and Angels is next. It is Little League Sunday here at the Big A in Anaheim. More importantly, the Angels are looking for that 3-game sweep as we wrap up this 6-game homestand against the division rival Oakland Athletics. Hi, everyone, from inside the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas, along with my partner, Mark Gubicza. Glad you could join us here for Angels baseball. And what an offensive output for the Halos last night. 12-3 victory, and at the middle part of it, in the middle part of that lineup, Kendry Morales swinging the big lumber.
Victor, we've been looking for this offense to explode, and they certainly did, and Kendry Morales led the way. He's got 11 career home runs now against Oakland. He goes the other way. At that point, Ross was throwing the ball. Sepsual got a pitch over the plate. 3-run shot the opposite way. Now, this time around, he goes a little bit inside with the fastball, and he goes out with a 2-run shot. So 2 bombs for Kendry Morales, total of 5 RBI. Continues to swing, and that sound off the bat that Mike Soch always talks about was exciting last night.
And it was up and through that lineup. I mean, the season high as far as runs scored, season high in hits. Every starter had a hit and a run scored with the exception of the leadoff man, Eric Ibart. That's what you want to see, some consistency.
Generally, the middle part of the lineup is what you're going to get as far as RBIs and what you do with men's in scoring position. 7 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Come into the game as a team that's 258, so they responded well in the middle part there with Abreu, Hunter, and Morales doing their job. Of course, the bottom of the lineup did their same thing. All those hits, those runs allowed Irving Santana to be able to relax and go out there and pitch. Hopefully for Pinheiro today, we'll get that same kind of support to be able to win this ball game.
Well, we've seen 2 terrific starts already in this series. It's up to Yoel Pinheiro to keep the ball rolling here on Sunday afternoon against the Oakland Athletics, who will counter with Trevor Cahill. We're just about ready for some baseball here at the Big A. We've got lineups and first pitch. Angels looking for the sweep right after this. to you by Jack in the Box. Right now, Jack in the Box is offering a variety of menu items and letting people choose any three for only $3 plus tax. By your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a luxurious Lexus automobile today. And by Time Warner Cable, for your TV, internet, and phone services. See how much you'll save. Downtown Los Angeles, Angels flight. I believe that's the shortest railway in the world, right here in downtown L.A. We're just about ready for some baseball here in Orange County. Beautiful sight right now. The sun just now coming through as the Angels look for that series sweep. Let's take a look at the lineup for Bob Garrett. And the Oakland Athletics have come into this one with an 18-19 record. Cliff Pennington and shortstop, Derek Barton at first. Ryan Sweeney's out in right field. Kurt Suzuki activated from the disabled list, a former Cal State Fullerton product. Back in for the first time since April 23rd. Kevin Kuzman off at third base. Eric Chavez at DH. Jack Cuss is back out at left. Adam Rosales at second base with Eric Patterson playing the role of caboose in that starting nine. They'll be facing the sinker baller by the name of Yoel Pinheiro, looking for that third win.
Well, Pinheiro's been outstanding his last two games. His 2 earnings and 12 in the third. Had that power sinker working. His curveball has been very effective. His split finger, slider, fields his position exceptionally well. Look for a lot of ground balls, a lot of action for the infielders.
He had a great start the last time out. No decision for him. It was against the Tampa Bay Rays, going 6 1/3, giving up 5 hits, no runs, and striking out 7 while throwing 112 pitches. And of course, the Angels coming off a game in which they swung the bats 12-3. The victory last night, the second of this series, after shutting out the A's on Friday night. Kenji Morales had that big game, a couple of home runs. 0-1 pitch. He was just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the impressive thing about Kenry, too, he had a home run to left center and a home run to right center. Covering all fields.
Pennington breaks his bat and rolls one softly to short. Ivar's going to have to hurry. And they get Pennington for out number 1. Take a look at the Angels defensively, presented by Verizon. Out in left field, Michael Ryan getting to start. Torrey Hunter's in center. Bobby Abreu's in right. On the infield, you've got Wood and Ivar on the left side. Kendrick and Morales on the right, with Mike Napoli doing the Kendrick.
When that play you saw by Eric Ivar, he's going to be very active at short between him and Brandon Wood. Getting a lot of ground ball action from Pinheiro down. And a lot of those are off the end of the bat, so he's going to have to charge it to make those plays with strong arms.
I've seen Brandon Wood make some fine defensive plays all season long. He had that one game in which he had a bad defensive game at third base, but otherwise has been solid over there, even though he has had some struggles offensively. 1-0 to Derek Barton. It's in for a strike.
Barton, one of those hitters that likes to go inside out on the fastball. So a sinker on the outside part of the plate should be very effective for him. He hit a ground ball, should be right to third or short.
2 balls and a strike. Barton comes in batting .271 with a couple of home runs and 14 runs batted in. And the A's making a boatload of moves before the game today. As Barton taps that one foul. I mentioned that Kurt Suzuki came off the disabled list. They added Henry Rodriguez and Cedric Bowers to their bullpen. Justin Dukeshire, who was scheduled to start yesterday, goes back on the disabled list. They optioned down catcher Josh Donaldson. And they designated for assignment the guy who soaked up most of the innings last night, Chad Godin. Barton takes low, and it's a full count. My, how times have changed in Oakland after a 9-4 start to the season. All of a sudden, with injuries and the like, and the struggles.
Especially when the starter doesn't even get a chance to start the game. You have to use so much guys out of your bullpen. It's going to hurt you.
Barton goes down swinging for out number 2. So strikeout for Pinheiro.
Good pitch on the inner half. Barton tied up on that sinker, that 2-seam fastball inside with good sink action on that pitch. Stay close enough inside, he wasn't able to get his arms extended.
I'll bring up Ryan Sweeney. And to your point, in talking about Justin Dukeshire, he came off the disabled list prior to the game yesterday. Did not make a rehab appearance, threw a bullpen, pronounced himself fine. Then goes out there, tries to get some running in, and the left hip is bothering. Automatically, you put your team in the hole in that situation.
And that's the thing is a pitcher or a position player, you have to try to be honest. I know you want to be a gamer, you want to be a guy that goes out and plays and give your team a chance, but you've also put your team in the hole because of that, not able to start. You had to use 4 guys out of your bullpen.
Long run in for Michael Ryan and for Eric Ibar. Ryan with a backhanded slide. Terrific play by the Angels left fielder. It's a 1-2-3 inning to start the afternoon. Gotta like it.
Wow, great effort on the warning track, sliding in with a glove play from Michael Ryan.
Presented by Time Warner Cable. Eric Ibar leading things off at shortstop. Howie Kendrick batting second at second base. Bobby Abreu's in right. Torrey Hunter's in center. Kendra Morales at first. Hideki Matsui at DH. So the same six at the top of the order. Then you've got Michael Ryan left. Mike Napoli behind the plate. Brandon Wood over at third base facing the right-hander and youngster. Just 22 years of age. Trevor Cahill now in his second season in the big leagues.
Well, 15 2/3 innings pitched, 15 strikeouts. It tells you he's got good stuff. Fastball, 86 to 93 with good sink action. A ground ball type pitcher like Pinheiro. So a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Very aggressive by nature. High energy guy on the mound.
Vista, California native. Last year in his rookie campaign went 10-13 with a 4.63 ERA, making 32 starts as a 21-year-old. And the first pitch is in for a strike. Ibar's had a very tough homestand, just 217 here in the homestand. His batting average of 243 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. Last night 0 for 4, the lone Angel starter without a hit. Here's the 1-1. 2 balls and a strike.
You can see by that delivery, Cahill is a guy that has sink action, 3/4 delivery. Tries to run that fastball and sink it.
On the ground over to first base. Nice play by Derek Barton diving to his left. And Ibar is retired for out number 1.
Well, that's a ball. If it gets by Barton at first base, that might be a triple. Go right down the line and look around that wall. Big play. Barton in for Trevor Cahill to be able to have a first baseman making that play so you don't have that stress right off the get-go.
Brings up Howie Kendrick. Howie 1 for 5 last night. His batting average of 278. 2 home runs and 18 runs batted in. See the numbers in the series overall. 1 for 8 with an RBI. Cahill, for all that he brings to the table, guy has not worked deep in any of his starts this year. He's got 3 total starts and a total of 15 2/3 inning of action. He's allowed 16 hits. He has struck out 8, walked 6. At ERA at 4.60. This a little float out to shallow right field. Ryan Sweeney's not going to get it. Plays it on the hop. It's a 1-out base hit for Howie. Take a look at the defense behind Cahill this afternoon. Jack Cuss back out in left field. Eric Patterson and Sharon Ryan Sweeney's in right. Kuzminoff and Pennington on the left side. Adam Rosales and Derek Barton on the right on the infield with Kurt Suzuki back behind the plate.
Just like with the Angels, a lot of infield action. Kevin Kuzminoff at third base should get a lot of action there at third with a pitcher like Cahill with that sink action. We'll get a lot of ground balls from the righties and also against the lefties off the end of the bat.
Bobby showing bunt takes inside for ball one. Had a 3-for-4 night last night with an RBI. His batting average up to 269. 4 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Bobby came into this series batting 254. He's raised his batting average 15 points in the first couple of games of the series.
Cahill not real fast to the plate. Has a pretty good pickoff move at first, though.
1-1. Bray takes on the inside part of the plate for a strike. 1-2.
Howie with a couple stolen bases so far in the season. Cahill about 1-3 range as far as times to the plate. Good enough jump. He might have an opportunity at some point during this at bat to be able to try to steal.
Quick throw to first, and Kendrick is back. Little extra motivation for the Angels this afternoon. Of course, going for that series sweep, but now that it's a final up at the Rogers Center in Toronto, Blue Jays sweeping the Texas Rangers, winning tonight 5-2. Another chance to pick up another full game in that Western Division as Abreu puts it on the ground to second base. Rosales, nice turn. Pennington loses the ball on the transfer. And Abreu reaches on the fielder's choice.
Good takeout, too, by Howie at second base. The play that when a second baseman has to go to his glove side to be able to spin around and make that throw, you're going to leave your shortstop in position to be able to be taken out on a slide. Good job of going in hard at Pennington at second base.
Nice job by Pennington, too, to clear the area in which Kendrick was sliding. You saw the toe tap of the bag real quick. Put himself in a good position. Just couldn't get the ball out of the glove as Torrey takes a strike. Of course, after this game, the Angels jump on the bird, head to Texas, take on the Rangers for 2 games starting tomorrow night. Scott Kazmir, Derek Holland. As Torrey swings through that fastball. And then you've got the very good pitchers matchup Tuesday night. C.J. Wilson, who's bounced back into the rotation. He's been lights out going up against Jared Weaver. That's on Tuesday night.
Well, C.J., he's one of those guys you would think is a lefty, doesn't have an overpowering fastball. He's got a very good fastball. He can rush it up there 94 to 96. Now, whether he can sustain that.
Wow, Bobby Abreu picked up. Looked like he slipped trying to get back to the base. And just got the tag on him. Nothing happening here in the first. We're scoreless at the Big A. You're pretty much dead to rights at that point.
And Barton was able to fly that tag and kind of sweep his hand off the base, sliding back in early on. Obviously, when you wet down that infield dirt to start the game, it's going to have that little slippery action early on. But you could see he was thinking about stealing the base.
Kurt Suzuki, Kevin Kuzminoff, Eric Chavez to face Joel Pinheiro. Had a 1-2-3 inning in the first. Suzuki coming off the disabled list with a rib cage injury, intercostal strain, as they like to call it nowadays.
Intercostal.
Yeah.
You play a doctor on TV too, Victor?
Absolutely. Bounce foul up the third baseline, as opposed to the intercoastal strain. It's too much time on the water.
Exactly.
Kurt Suzuki at 254 on the year with 4 home runs, 11 runs batted in. He's the A's team leader in RBIs last year with 88. On the ground is short. 1 out.
Good early indication. Ground balls for Pinheiro. Cahill, the same thing. He had a couple ground ball outs for Oakland. So both these pitchers work down in the strike zone, have good fastballs, but rely on contact and down in the ground to be able to be successful.
And to the defense of the Oakland A's as well, they've been playing without Kurt Suzuki. Mark Ellis at second base, still on the disabled list. Coco Crisp, who the second of the last day in spring training, broke a bone in his hand. He's been out all season long. So with as good as pitching as the A's have had and have shown throughout the first 6-7 weeks of the season, it's a team that will struggle to score some runs, but they are doing it shorthanded right now. And these are the opportunities that you've got to take advantage of if you're the Angels or anybody else playing the Oakland A's.
You have to. You got to think of get ahead of them, because then you take away all the opportunity to bunt, hit and run. Although they generally aren't a team that did that in the past, but they're required to do that now to be able to score. So you've taken that ability away. It's more difficult for them to score.
Bob Geren in his 4th year at the helm there in Oakland. Taking over for Ken Maka. Kuzminoff skying with foul down the left field side. Kuzminoff owns that corner.
I was just going to say, he had that last night also.
A little bit deeper in last night's game, but not we're in the shades here on this bright sunny day.
That tells you with Kuzminoff, very good defensively. He's a guy that loves to be able to get a pitch out over the plate, a mistake pitch.
Little one hopper backhanded by Ibar. 2 outs.
That's a highlight play right there for Eric Ibar. That ball was crushed by Kuzminoff in the outfield grass when he backhanded that. 1 hopper to the boot. Gets up, gathered himself with that strong rifle of his arm, gets Kuzminoff by half a step. An athlete out there playing shortstop.
2 ground ball outs here for Pinheiro in the second inning. Overall, 6 batters faced, and Ibar's been a part of 3 of the putouts. Eric Chavez serving as a DH. Comes in batting .258. He had a 2-hit game last night. A's, as a matter of fact, scratched out 11 hits in the ball game last night and stranded 10 men. They have scuffled with men in scoring position in this series. The A's just a 111 average, 2 for 18 in this series, while the Angels have capitalized 9 for 21. That's a 429 average. So the struggles that the Angels have had in those situations certainly have been put to bed, at least through the first couple of games here in the series. One-two, got him looking. Down goes Chavez. Second strikeout for Pinheiro, and of course highlighted by Eric Ibar. Hot shot off the bat of Kevin Kuzminoff. Angels playing some defensive late, middle of the second. to end the bottom of the first inning when Bobby Abreu was picked off. It'll be Torrey, Kenji Morales, Hideki Matsui against Trevor Cahill. The curveball missing inside. Torrey's batting average at .280 after the 2-for-4 night last night with a double and an RBI, his 900th career RBI. That double he hit too, a rocket out to right center field off the out-of-town scoreboard. Missing down low, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. The compact delivery for Cahill. This one's in and out of the glove of Suzuki, but a strike. Almost a bigger version of Jake Westbrook of the Cleveland Indians.
Exactly, nice and smooth. Gets the baseball, and that 3-quarter delivery, the ball just jumps out of his hand when he stays within his mechanics.
Torrey out to straightaway center field. Boy, this ball is stroked well, but Patterson looks like he's got a beat on it and misplays it. Torrey will end up at second base with a double, I guess. I mean, well struck and still 3-4 feet shy of the wall. Maybe Patterson just lost it in the sunshine, but the Angels get a man in scoring position, 13th double of the year.
Well, when he went back for the baseball, it looked like he got to the warning track and expected the wall to be there. That's what you see out of Torii Hunter. Torrey's so good when he gets back to the warning track, feels for the wall before he jumps, and then you see him jumping up. He thought the wall was right there. He didn't get back far enough.
But at what point he decided to jump, right? Then why stop the jump? I think if he still continues with the jump, he still makes the play, although he didn't need to jump as Morales takes the breaking ball outside.
I think when you look at the warning track right out there in center field, just right of the 400 sign, there's a little bit more dirt than normal, but maybe that's the only reason why he jumped up, thought the wall was going to be there. But a break for the Angels.
No doubt. 1-0 pitch. That's way outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
You see him go, had to go a long way. The ball was hit well. He had to turn the other way. Gets back towards the track and then jumps up thinking the wall was going to be there. But still, if he continues to his jump and puts his glove up, makes the play.
There's a strike on the outside corner. Unless, as you said, he thought he was already at the wall, so he was conceding a home run. So there was no point in continuing to jump. That's really getting turned around out there. Good hitters count for Kendry at 2-1. Changeup.
Well, if you're Cahill, you got to think in the lines, I got to get ground balls. In a play like that, you wonder how comfortable Patterson is there in center. You got Jack Huss in right field is generally just the DH. And he dropped in left field last night. He dropped the baseball right in his glove, but he's a guy that can hit. That's his forte. Not playing the outfield, but forced to because Eric Chavez is the DH.
2-2 on its way. Fastball in tight. Full count now. Kendry, of course, 2 for 5 in last night's game. A couple of bombs. 9 home runs on the year. 28 runs batted in. A 5 RBI night last night. Full count with Hideki Matsui on deck. Torrey breaks for third on the spin move. Nobody was cutting in.
Well, Torrey definitely guesses along with the timing of a pitcher. If he doesn't feel like he's paying attention to him, he'll just start to run. Especially a young pitcher that might be frazzled a little bit by that and not step off.
Pennington never broke toward the bag. 3-2 on the ground to first. Barton plays it, moving back on it. Will feed Cahill for the out. And Torrey moves to third base.
Productive out, though, for Kenny Morales, though. Gets a runner over to third.
Talk about the defense as far as the lapses are concerned. That ball short hopping the fence. And, of course, last night we were talking about Jack Cust out in left field in his first game in the big leagues this year.
Both of them looked like they just took the eye off the baseball. Patterson, the same thing. He was looking for the wall, and then the ball went over his head. Jack Cust just assumed the baseball was going in his glove, took his eye off it, and hits off his glove.
Infield in for Oakland with Matsui at the plate now. Hideki 1 for 3 last night. He takes that slow curveball outside. The one hit, a double, is 7th of the year.
What does tell you for Oakland right now, and Bob Guerin doesn't believe in the offense right now because of some key components not there for him. So they're going to make sure to try to cut off the run in the second inning.
Nice job by Suzuki. 2 balls and no strikes.
Did you look at that sitting in the dugout, watching the opposition play the infield in as a positive towards you, kind of a sign of, well, he's facing Joel Pinheiro tonight or this afternoon. It's going to be tough to score some runs.
Exactly. It builds your confidence. It means as a pitcher, you go, well, I'm just going to throw some strikes because he believes I have good stuff, and then he doesn't necessarily believe in his offense is capable of coming back.
This one is pulled down the right field line, a base hit. Torrey Hunter will score. Matsui will stop at first. The Angels strike first. It is 1-0 Halos.
More likely, if the infield is back there, that could be an out. Instead, an RBI. Good job by Matsui there. Continuing to get that swing back. More aggressive, with better contact on the baseball. You see him turning that wrist to be able to get that sink action, but Matsui is strong enough to keep his hands through the zone and fight it off for a base hit.
19th RBI for Matsui. That pitch misses outside to Michael Ryan. See the numbers for Ryan this year, 2 for 9. Came in late in the game last night. We'll take outside. The defensive replacement in left field for Juan Rivera. He ended up getting one at-bat in the 8th inning. Hit a fly ball to left. Made it stellar defensive play to end the first inning in foul territory. 2-0. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Now Suzuki's going to go out and talk things over. Cahill has not been around the strike zone. Seems to be, for all intents and purposes, trying to nibble, trying to hit the corners as opposed to, as you've talked about a number of times, trusting your ability to sink the ball, thus throwing it down the middle and let the action do the work.
Exactly. When you have movement that Cahill has or Pinheiro has, just throw the ball down the middle. There's no chance it's going to stay straight like that. If it does and it gets hit, then so be it. But the reality is you got to believe in that movement. You can't throw it on the corner with that type of movement because you're never going to get a called strike.
3-1. 3 3-ball counts here in the early going for Trevor Cahill. And, of course, he's not helped out defensively by his center fielder. Now foul tipped. And it's a full count.
Well, generally, Mike Scioscia sends the base runner 3-2 with 1 out, but Matsui being that base runner, I wonder if he's going to stay with that.
Drop anchor at first base. He doesn't. He goes. Foul back. That slide dog Godzilla lulls you to sleep over there. Yeah, his knees are barking. Go ahead and start him at 3-2.
Mike Scioscia doing is trusting Michael Ryan to be able to put the ball in play, make contact.
Goes again. Ryan fouls it off again.
That's always not getting a big lead, that's for sure, but he's going with momentum.
now he's peeking at the dugout, said, I'm good. I got my wind sprints in. Now can I drop anchor?
He said, I got you an RBI.
Another 3-2, and Ryan up the middle, but Pennington bobbles this one. Matsui will reach, and Ryan will reach. Though it easily, in theory, could be a 1-2-3 inning, or at least out of it with no damage. An error on Cliff Pennington, his 4th of the year, keeps the inning alive. First and second and 1 out for Mike Napoli.
You talk about a tailor-made double play. If Matsui's not running, it's probably going to be a base hit, but because he's covering the bag, Pennington, he just looked up, instead of looking into his glove. We saw that now 3 times for the defenders for Oakland. Last night with Jack Huss, Patterson early today, now Pennington on that ground ball. Looked up, tried to find the bag before the ball was in his glove.
Napoli at 226 on the year with a couple of home runs. Bouncer right back to the pitcher over to second base. Rosales has got one. Relay to first in time. Double play ends the inning. But the Angels strike first. Get a run on 2 hits. And after 2 complete, Angels up 1-0. Everson, after that fly ball that was dropped in straightaway center field.
Well, he's basically telling them, when you get to that warning track, have your hand out there to feel where the wall is at. They can get back to the wall, and if you have to jump at that point, but until you feel the wall, assume that ball is going to be in play, and you can make that catch out there in the outfield. Shade your eyes if the sun is starting to pop out. The reality is get back to the wall once you feel the warning track on your feet.
Bottom third due up for Oakland. Jack Cust, Adam Rosales, Eric Patterson as that slow curveball misses outside. Cust 0 for 3 last night in his 2010 debut. He's hitting .273 down at AAA Sacramento with 4 home runs and 19 runs batted in. As Cust rips one into right field, there's a base hit. Abreu playing deep, cuts it off, and holds Cust to a long single. So the A's get their first base runner, and that'll bring up Adam Rosales. Hey, folks, on Tuesday, May 25th, all fans in attendance will receive a free Angels Garden Gnome courtesy of Kaiser Permanente. Tickets are going fast for the stadium-exclusive giveaway, so visit angelsbaseball.com to purchase your tickets today. There's the little fella.
Got a great view from the rock pile.
Rosales fouling off the first pitch. I think the little guy's feet get hot on those rocks. It's a warm afternoon.
It might be a little bit toasty on his toes.
Look at it. That is the actual size gnome, folks.
Before long, he's going to inch his way over to the water, though, and cool himself down. Well, that's not the actual size there. It's a fairly large gnome.
So says the sign.
Is that right?
Yeah. There he is.
With a baseball in hand. He's a righty.
0-2 inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The thing with Pinheiro, though, he's going to give up a share of hits, but he has that ability because of that sink. You see how that baseball ran. If he runs that in and Rosales swings that and puts it in play, that's going to be a routine ground ball in the infield, a possible double play ball, because you can jam a hitter out of the batter's box too.
1-2 on a ground toward short. Going to have to hurry. Ibar to Kendrick for 1. Relay on to first in time. 6-4-3 goes to Twin Killing. Good sinker down and in.
Big thing is, too, and it's difficult at times to get out of the batter's box if you get jammed with that fastball with that movement. You get a 6-4-3 double play, even though Rosales runs so well. Now with that middle infielder for the Angels with Ibar and Kendrick turn a double play very well.
And Eric Patterson takes strike 1. Patterson comes into this one batting .232 with 4 home runs and 8 runs batted in. This one on the ground towards second. Nicely done by Yoel Pinheiro. He's faced the minimum 9. Middle of the third, he's got a 1-0 lead. It's 1-0 Angels, courtesy of a Hideki Matsui base hit in the second. Here in the third, Halos send up 9-1-2. Wood, Ibar, and Kendrick against the right-hander Trevor Cahill. Brandon had a couple of runs batted in last night. He was 1 for 3 with those 2 RBIs. An RBI single in the 5th inning, and they got credit for a sacrifice fly in the 7th. That was that fly ball that was dropped by Jack Cust, thus giving him the second RBI. Good breaking pitch on the corner. And it's 0-2. Cahill, no strikeouts, no walks, having allowed 3 hits, 1 in the first, 2 in that second inning. Both teams having turned 1 double play. That one didn't miss by much. Evens the count at 2-2.
Cahill has a slightly different arm angle when he throws that 4-seam fastball to the outside part of the plate as compared to that one there to sink action where it's more 3/4. Very good movement.
Oh, and fouled off of Suzuki and back to the screen.
And this is spot 2 after 2 fastballs, or 3 fastballs now in the outside corner. He may try to throw a breaking pitch.
Breaking balls fouled back just below us.
And wants another fastball, but that motion means a sinking fastball.
On the ground of Pennington at short. There's out number 1. Hey kids, enjoy those summer days with your very own Angels Pool Raft, courtesy of Wild Rivers Water Park. It's free for all kids, 2 to 18 in attendance on Saturday, May 29th, as the Angels host the Seattle Mariners. Get your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com. You can take that pool raft right there onto the rapids, under the Big A, center field.
I'm sure the Angels would appreciate that too. It would be a very comfortable ride.
Just tell them Gooby sent you.
No doubt.
Eric Ibar 0 for 1. He grounded out. Nice play by Derek Barton, the first baseman. On the ground up the middle, Rosales has got it. 2 outs. So Cahill's got that sinker working now. 2 ground ball outs to start the inning. It's the first time in which he's retired first 2 batters in an inning. That brings up Howie Kendrick. Mentioned that road trip, 2 to Texas, 2 to Chicago, then interleague play, folks, starting on Friday night. Angels going to St. Louis to take on the National League Central Cardinals, who, going into today's action, have a half-game lead over the Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati
Reds.
Baker, no doubt.
See Albert Pujols make an argument one of the all-time great right-handed hitters right now already in his career.
No doubt. I would have guessed that. Cahill making a nice play on that bouncer. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the A's right-hander. Through 3, Angels have a 1-0 lead here at the Big A. Today. Gorgeous day down in Long Beach. You see the Queen Mary there. Gorgeous day here in Orange County as well. 1-0 Angels looking for that series sweep over the Oakland Athletics. Yoel Pinheiro, courtesy of a double play ball in the third, has faced the minimum 9 as Cliff Pennington, the leadoff man, takes a curveball for a strike. Pennington 0 for 1. He grounded the short to start this ball game. Former first-round pick of the Oakland A's. Texas A&M. Just been moved up to that leadoff spot now in his 18th game there. The season started, they had Rajai Davis at the top of the order. Davis got off to a terrific start, and still, even with the struggles he's had offensively, the team leader in stolen bases. Davis has 12 stolen bases, 12 of the 20 for Oakland. 1-2, got him looking. Down goes Pennington, third strikeout for Pinheiro, and the first down here in the fourth.
Boy, that's a nasty pitch, but it was set up by a fastball. He elevated up in the strike zone to change the eye level on Pennington. And he comes right back in with that fastball at the belt and runs it in on the inside corner. Perfect sequence of pitches. Howard's Exmo will show how you get on top of that sinker to have that running action to get that inside corner. Set up with calls there too by Mike Napoli behind the plate.
You talk about Yoel Pinheiro, and you mentioned Trevor Cahill being a three-quarter arm angle guy as a sinker baller. Is it much easier for a guy like Cahill to sink the ball? I mean, you look at Yoel, and he still looks like that four-seam high fastball guy he used to be in Seattle, but still now throwing that two-seamer, getting to the action.
Yeah, most pitchers, when you look at a sinker ball, they're going to be three-quarters action. It's going to be sinker, slider guy. You rarely ever see a guy who sinks the fastball, throws a curveball. Because of that arm angle you throw, it's very difficult to throw the breaking pitch as far as a curveball. Slider, easier. But Pinheiro, you're right, it's more over the top. So it means you really got to force the action on the wrist when you're releasing the baseball. I was more of a three-quarters guy because I worked down and was able to do some stuff with my wrist to be able to have that good hard sink on it. And the same thing with a slider and changeup.
3-1. This one is over to Howie Kendrick. 2 outs. I'll bring up Ryan Sweeney. We got Gnome Day coming up soon. Chilling out on the rocks. Oh yeah, where's Waldo? Where's the gnome? He's up on the scoreboard.
What a view.
Sweeney on the ground at third. Brandon Woods got it. A 1-2-3 inning. Third in this game for Yoel Pinheiro. Middle of the fourth. We're looking for gnomes all over the place. Angels up. Back today at angelsbaseball.com.
Yeah, but Brad, don't come in close for me now. My daughter's graduating high school. Cannot believe it.
Scary.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Unbelievable.
Here in the fourth, it'll be Abreu, Hunter, and Morales. Bobby reached down a fielder's choice in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Then was picked off when he lost his footing over at first base.
Well, we talked about this matchup, Cahill and Piñeiro. Both guys sinker ball pitches, ground ball pitch to contact guys. Both of them have 8 outs via the ground ball so far in this game.
Both have been very economical with their pitches thrown. Abreu showing bunt with Kuzminov is playing deep at third base and off the line. So Bobby figuring, a la David Ortiz, if they're going to give me the bunt, I might take it.
Why not? A base hit's a base hit.
There's a strike, 2-1. Scott Berry is calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. Here's 2-1. Good off-speed pitch. And it's 2-2. Cahill almost forcing that changeup as if he's trying to sell it with his body as opposed to the arm action.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. With a changeup, you got to trust the grip of the baseball to be able to take the speed off it. Circle changeup will take about 5 or 6 miles off it.
And Bobby goes down looking, flips his bat. He thought he had himself a walk. Cahill picks up his first strikeout.
Mike Scioscia, same thing with Bobby Abreu. Just get that pitch up. Fastball looked like it was below the knees. Definitely caught the plate, but definitely low. Again, a pitcher stays consistently around that part of the plate, you're going to get that borderline call.
Torrey had a double in the second inning, came around to score. The ball, I should say, misplayed by Eric Patterson in his center field. 13th double for Torrey this season, team leader. On the ground is short. Pennington's got it. 2 away. Last night, Kendry Morales had a huge game with 2 home runs. The first one off Tyson Ross. That was the last batter Ross would face in the ball game. The spot start, and then he got Chad Godin. Second time up.
The thing with Kendry, too, against Cahill here, a guy that throws the fastball on the outside part of the plate and around the knees, very good as far as driving the ball the other way. Just a great angle. You can see how quick you have to react as a batter against a guy with a good fastball. Obviously, it's going to be a good fastball count with 2 outs. So for Kendry to try to be able to get a pitch and just drive it.
Over to third. Kuzminov to Barton. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 7 in a row retired now by Cahill through 4 here at the Big A. Angels still have a 1-0 lead. The Office. Weeknights at 7:30 right here on My 13. That is actually my office. That's how we smirk at the camera, make fun of Dean, who's not with us today, our stage manager.
He's enjoying a day off.
Dean is our Dwight. Kurt Suzuki takes a curveball for a strike. Suzuki, Kuzmanov, and Chavez here in the fifth. Kurt Suzuki drives one out to deep left center field. Going back is Michael Ryan, and Torrey Hunter calls him off. There's out number one.
That is outstanding communication between outfielders. You see them both tapping each other's glove going by. Michael Ryan going back on the baseball, thinking he has a beat on it, but the center fielder, the quarterback of the outfield defense, has the right to call it off, but he got himself in position, called off Michael Ryan, he gets out of the way, and makes the play. Great job.
They know each other well, former teammates in Minnesota. Here's Kuzmanov 0 for 1. He grounded to short in the second inning. Kuzmanov out to left. Michael Ryan tells Torrey,
let me get this one this time around. Then you know they're going to have a little laugh at each other.
Torrey's about 50 feet away from him when we put the glove on. I got it.
It's all about communication.
Torrey said, I'm not running that far. 2 outs for Eric Chavez. That pitch is outside. Chavez struck out looking to end the second. So he's 0 for 1. 3 strikeouts for Piñeiro.
Now this is a dangerous spot right here. 2 outs, 2-0 for Chavez, a guy that has power still. Piñeiro just got to stay away with this fastball. Keep it down.
Breaks his bat toward the middle. Howie Kendrick's got it. Strong throw the first in time. Nice play by Howie Kendrick going to his right. Terrific pitch by Piñeiro. The defense once again, Gooby.
Well, the reason why they're making defense, they got a pitcher throwing a lot of strikes. It's down in the zone. Great pitch, great play.
Face Trevor Cahill has got a strikeout, no walks. He's allowed 3 hits, but he's been very good since that base hit by Hideki Matsui. And then that was followed by the error by Cliff Pennington. But since then, he's retired the last 7 in a row. Matsui takes inside. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
Situation again for Matsui as a hitter against Cahill. You want to try to get that fastball a little bit up in the zone so you can drive it. Very difficult to get any lift on a pitch below the knees.
The one thing that he has done, he's had 8 2-0 counts in this game already. And yet he has issued no walks. So he's battled back and put himself in a position to at least be around the strike zone. 2-1's rolled over to second. 1 out.
Again, if you're a pitcher in either dugout right now and you're looking at Cahill or Pinheiro, even when you're behind in fastball counts, you can still throw your fastball. As long as you have sink action, you'll take the sting out of the bat if it's down in the zone. And that's what you saw right there by Matsui, a ground ball to second base.
Now we've seen a lot of those off the end of the bat or jam jobs so far. Even the Matsui single that brought home Torrey Hunter in the second inning wasn't hit that hard, just well placed down the right field side. Michael Ryan takes upstairs. Ryan 0 for 1, reached on that error by Pennington. And erased on that inning-ending double play. Halo's busting out the vest jerseys today, the sleeveless. I got to think this is the first time we've seen them this year, right?
Seen too often. It's a good look, really. Very comfortable if you're either a batter or a pitcher that sleeves like that. Might be the old Pittsburgh Pirates back in the 50s and 60s. Mazeroski time. Back when you used to watch games, Victor.
I go back even further. Ted Kluszewski. He used to just rip the sleeves off.
He was big enough to do so.
He was a large man. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Full count now. Major League Baseball would allow that now. Some dude just come out, just, I'm hot, rip, just go sleeveless.
I don't think so. No sports teams allow that anymore.
Michael Ryan out to left center field, playable for Jack Cust. 2 outs. Might get a phone call from Bob Watson.
And there's no doubt. I think Prince Fielder tried to do that at one point. I thought he tried to rip the sleeves, and he ended up making sure he didn't do that anymore. Too many games on TV now. Can't get away with it.
2 outs and nobody on for Mike Napoli. Mike grounded into that 1-4-3 double play that ended the second. He's 0 for 1. Oh, what a great crowd on hand today. Beautiful afternoon. This whole weekend has been spectacular as Napoli swings through that one. At 41,290 on Friday, 41,744 last night. Breaking ball inside. It is 2 balls and a strike.
Command of that curveball hasn't been there for Cahill so far. It's almost a pitch he's shown over just to change eye level and change speeds with. He comes right back with that power sinker.
Full count. No, pardon me. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's going to go with the changeup.
And he got him. Another 1-2-3 inning. 10 in a row retired by Cahill through 5. Angels still lead it.
making the play against Eric Chavez to end the inning, but it's because the pitcher, Piñeiro, throwing a lot of strikes.
Michael Ryan getting the start out in left field. Seen some terrific plays throughout this whole series. And you have to be kind of on your toes with Piñeiro, the sinker baller, who put the ball in play. The same goes for Trevor Cahill. Both guys have lived up to their sinker ball titles. Jack Cuss takes a strike.
This is a tough matchup from Piñeiro against Jack Cuss. The guy loves the fastball down in the strike zone, has that uppercut swing. Saw him right there, change the eye level, go above the belt with the four-seam fastball. Slight shift on the infield with Jack Cuss, the guy that will roll over that fastball down in the zone, but it's a difficult task for a sinker baller against certain guys, particularly a guy like Jack Cuss with the uppercut swing.
Jack Cuss had a single in his first at bat. He was 1 for 1. Just missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We tried that two-seam fastball that started at the hip of Jack Cuss to get the inside corner, but it stayed true. Stayed off the corner. Not a bad miss. If you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate. A good view from Piñeiro. See if he can get that ball down. See if he can get Jack Cuss from this angle. See how quick it is. Elevates that fastball instead.
And he got him. Good pitch on a 3-2 count. Piñeiro picks up his 4th strikeout.
Great adjustment by Piñeiro. Slow curveball. And we mentioned how it's not a great matchup for him because he's a sinker ball pitcher, a low ball hitter at the plate, but a slow curveball like that will get him out in front. Good mechanics, stayed on top of it. 12-6 action on that break. See the hips flying open, the head pulling out. No chance for him to make contact.
First pitch swinging is Adam Rosales out to left center field. Torrey pulls up. It's off the wall. Rosales in at second with a double. First man to reach since that single by Cuss leading off the 3rd. Rosales picks up his 5th double of the season.
Pitcher wanted it on the outside part of the plate, but it was up and middle. Not a lot of movement on that fastball. Hittable pitch. Rosales, luckily that ball stayed in the ballpark off the wall.
Here's Eric Patterson to ground it out to Howie Kendrick to end the 3rd inning, so he's 0 for 1. Curveball catching the outside corner. On the ground to Howard. 2 outs. Rosales moves to 3rd on that ground out. And it spins the lineup back to the top with Cliff Pennington coming up.
Number 2, shortstop Cliff Pennington.
Pennington is 0 for 2. Ground ball to short and a strikeout victim in the 4th as he went down looking. 59 pitches thrown by Yoel Piñeiro through 5 2/3 thus far. 37 for strikes.
That's still good movement on that fastball. Piñeiro makes adjustments during the course of a game. Early in the game, we'll throw that fastball a lot more so than any other pitch. They don't start mixing in the curveball and the slider and the split finger. Then go back to that power sinker.
Good breaking ball. 0-2.
This is a perfect spot. This is 78 miles an hour. Staying on top of that curveball, straight down action. Yeah, that's a hard pitch for a sinker ball pitcher to be able to throw a curveball.
He backed it up again.
As far as best pitch, hardest fastball, 89 with tremendous movement, and also been thrown down there at 73. That's still 16-mile-an-hour differential, enough to be able to get the timing of even the best of hitters off.
Oh-2 again. Fastball. Got him looking on the inside corner. Down goes Pennington for the second time this afternoon. Middle of the sixth inning. Angels still have a 1-0 lead. Find out more of what's possible at AT&T.com. AT&T, rethink possible. Back here at the Big A, it is 1-0 Angels. Victor Rojas along with Mark Kubica. Glad you could join us on this glorious afternoon. Crushing some hot dogs and nachos, even pretzels with mustard.
Oh, I love pretzel with mustard. How about a hot dog at a baseball game? Is there anything better than that? Wow, even a little menu down at the ballpark.
He's waiting for service.
With a smile, of course.
Absolutely. He's not happy about it either. She better get here like now. Brandon Wood in the top of the order, and Eric Ibar. Howie Kendrick here in the sixth inning for the Halos.
If you're Brandon right now, you got to look and center in on a fastball that's going to run back into you, middle in, and just try to drive it. See if you get that fastball.
On the ground to third, Kevin Kuzminov over to Derek Barton. One away. So Brandon out 0 for 2 with a couple of ground ball outs. Ibar's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground ball outs. Eric's grounded out twice. First one was a nice play by Barton, first baseman. The other one to Rosales, second. He'll take that two-seamer in for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2.
You could sequence. Cahill throws a curveball on the outside corner, then comes right back in with a fastball on the inside corner. For a young pitcher, he knows his game plan. It's Kurt Suzuki behind the plate has done a nice job of getting through it.
1 ball, 2 strikes now. Now one almost got him. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Eric tried to wear that baseball. He was trying to get hit, get on base. Turned his body, but that movement got it away just in the last second before it hit him.
tap foul. Mitch Cahill last year was a rookie, getting 32 starts with Oakland after being the organizational pitcher of the year in back-to-back years in 07 and 08. Hadn't pitched higher than Double-A prior to last season. Very highly of the 6'4" right-hander from Vista. Popped up. Rosales going out. Patterson coming on. Rosales gets called off by Patterson. There's out number 2.
Well, Rosales was hoping that Patterson was going to call him off. He had a tough time picking up that baseball, but he was going back to what you're supposed to do as an infielder, and then you wait for your outfielder to call you off. Much easier play for an outfielder coming in. Rosales going out there far, just calling, and all of a sudden got caught off at the end by Patterson. Good communication at the end there by Patterson to be able to make that play.
Adam Rosales knows one speed only. Overdrive.
His feet are always moving, even at the plate. A lot of movement in the field, the plate. When he walks, when he hits a home run, he's around the bases in a second.
And it's not just the white shoes. He's always done it. Did it as a member of the Cincinnati Reds prior to this season.
Well, he does force that changeup, Cahill does. He's a guy that has a pretty good changeup when he stays with it. He kind of hit a good strikeout against Napoli on that changeup in the 5th inning, but when he's forcing that pitch, it's a difficult pitch to stay in the zone. As a hitter, you can tell when a guy's trying to throw something different instead of trusting in the grip.
Now he goes around on that 2-1 pitch, 2-2 now. Bounce up the third base line, and Kuzminoff will get this one in foul territory. So Howie will head back to the home plate area. 1 for 2 in this one with a single in the first, and a comebacker to Cahill in the third. Cahill now having retired 12 batters in a row. And up a couple of strikeouts, no walks. Another 2-2. Little floater out into shallow center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Patterson plays it on the hop. Snapped that string of consecutive batters retired. Puts a man on with 2 away, and Bobby Abreu coming up.
When the pitch up in the zone, generally if you're going to see a flare in the outfield, it's an elevated pitch. You don't see many flares in the outfield on a pitch at the knees or below. So mistake by Cahill, not hit well. Next one will show that pitch was up in the strike zone to be able to fight it off the end of the bat. It's still elevated enough to be able to fight that into the outfield for a base hit.
Little pitch out here by Oakland.
So one thing I learned from pitching coaches, whether it be in the minor leagues or when I first got to the big leagues, if I gave up a couple flares to the outfield, pitching coach would come out and say, I would say, I made a good pitch. He flared in the outfield. He says, well, the reason why he flared it was because it was a pitch up in the strike zone, because they can't do that when the ball is down in the zone too often. So it's a mistake by you. You just got to realize that and just move forward and see if you get down in the zone and get a grounder.
Bobby Abreu's 0 for 2 in this one. He struck out looking his last time up. Bobby Abreu out to deep left center field. Patterson and Cuss going back. Patterson at the wall. Gone! 2-run home run for Bobby Abreu. Going the opposite way makes it 3-0 Angels.
Day baseball, the Big A, the carry. Good swing put on by Bobby Abreu. Got up in the air, just kept carrying away from Patterson as he tried to be able to cover some ground and try to leap up to make that play in left center field. Huge at bat. Big home run once again for the Halos, and Bobby Abreu set the tone with an opposite field homer. Want to go inside the fastball, ran out over the plate, another elevated pitch. Generally a sinker ball pitcher, when it's up in the zone, it's going to straighten out a very hittable pitch. And that was the case for a 2-run homer.
15th home run of the year, pardon me. The 5th home run of the year for Bobby Abreu. He had 15 RBIs coming in. Now he has 17. Boy, back-to-back days we've seen good opposite field power by Kendry Morales and Bobby Abreu. As Torrey bounces one over to Kuzman off at third base. And there's out number 3. But the Angels extend their lead. Bobby Abreu, home run number 5. Going the here at the top of the 7th, facing Yoel Pinheiro, and first pitch swing, and he rolls one up the first base line. That's a fair ball as Kendry takes it himself. There is out number 1. Bobby Abreu with that 2-run home run in the bottom of the 6th inning, making it 3-0. Certainly not happy. That guy, Trevor Cahill, Adam Rosales trying to pump him up. Cahill says not happy with that pitch.
A couple of mistakes he made in that inning. He's been dominant throughout this whole game. Sinker that was up, and Bobby Abreu made him pay for it going the other way. Like I said, when you're a sinker ball pitcher, anything above the knees is going to be crushed. There's no movement at all. Very hittable pitch, no matter how hard you're throwing it in at.
Ryan Sweeney takes a strike. Quickly 0-2.
Anyway, how nice was that to get Barton to roll over on that first pitch for a ground ball out for Pinheiro. A shutdown inning trying to get through.
Trying to climb the ladder, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Go back to Friday night. Great pitchers duel between Joe Saunders and Dallas Braden. Complete game shutout for Joe. Last night, Ervin Santana going through 6 innings, giving up 3 runs and picking up his 2nd win. Joe picking up that career win number 50 on Friday. And so far in this one, Yoel Pinheiro did a nice job against the Athletics. Sweeney reaching for that one, puts it out to left center. And Ryan makes the catch for round number 2.
Well, when you think about the way this team was built during the wintertime and into the season, this is what Mike Scioscia, Mike Butcher envisioned out of their starting rotation, being consistent, throwing strikes, being aggressive in the zone, 1 through 5. Since the month of May came around, they've been pitching exceptionally well, being aggressive. Talked to Butch a bunch of times about that. He says their stuff is there, the velocity. It's just all about that confidence to attack the strike zone.
That starter's ERA 3.60 in the month of May prior to this game. After having a 5.02 ERA through April. Keep in mind, in April, the Angels were 12-12. Coming into this one, 5-9 in the month of May. They're finding their groove here all of a sudden. And the offense kicking in as well.
That's virtually unhittable, that pitch on a right-handed batter. You started off the outside corner and catch the corner with movement. You freeze the hitter because he's assumed that's going to be a ball.
Two balls and a strike. Kurt Suzuki's 0 for 2 with a ground ball to short and a fly ball to center. The Johnny Bench Award winner for the best collegiate catcher at Cal State Fullerton. Pop up right center field. Torre is there. And Piñera with another 1-2-3 inning, making it look easy. 5 strikeouts this afternoon. 7th inning. For your TV, internet, and phone services, see how much you'll save. And by KFC. Feed the whole family with KFC's 12-piece meal with cake for only $19.99. Angels up 3-0 as we start the bottom of the 7th inning. Hey fans, Major League Baseball All-Star Fan Fest from July 9th through July 13th will be at the Anaheim Convention Center. It's an interactive baseball theme park and the largest baseball fan event in the world. Get free autographs from MLB legends and members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Tickets available at allstargame.com or by calling 888-FAN-FEST. That's 888-FAN-FEST.
Closer and closer. Plus, we're getting Buttercup, too.
Buttercup just never gets old. Look out. They're dancing in the streets here. The Big A, 41,569. Another spectacular crowd on hand this Sunday afternoon. We saw the Angels go up early on the base hit by Hideki Matsui in the 2nd inning. And a 2-run home run in the 6th by Bobby Abreu.
The kids are getting into Buttercup.
3-0 score. Well, it's that type of song, Gooby, that transcends generations.
I don't think there's any question about that.
And perhaps maybe it was just one of those songs requested by Kendry Morales as he steps to the plate. Trying to get him fired up for his AB. Morales, Matsui, and Ryan here. It's Trevor Cahill still out there. The A's had some action in their bullpen last inning. Kendry in this one is 0 for 2. Twice haven't grounded out. Once the first, once the third. Two balls and no strikes. Henry Rodriguez is up and loosening. Morales out to left field. Jack Cush going back on it is there and makes the catch. One away. Cahill's thrown 98 pitches thus far. Picked up a couple of strikeouts. He has had as good action as he's had on the sinker, getting the ground ball. He's had a lot of deep counts.
Yeah, with movement like that, a lot of times you're not going to get the benefit of a close call at the plate because of the movement's going to go off, and then the umpire is going to feel relaxed about saying it's off the plate because of that type of movement he has. But it's a great angle to be able to see how difficult it is to see that pitch and be able to put it in play. Movement. As a hitter, you're gathering yourself up, but you have such little time to be able to make that decision, whether it's going to be in the outer part of the plate, whether it's going to be a breaking pitch, fastball, maybe a changeup.
That's Huey 1 for 2 with that RBI single, picking up his 19th run batted in. On the ground over to first. A bobble there by Bart, but there are 2 outs. If the Angels get another 2-out rally as they did in the 6th inning. Remember, it was that Howie Kendrick base hit off the end of the bat to center field that kept that inning alive and allowed Abreu to face Cahill.
Now over 100 pitches, probably his last inning. More likely, and Bob Gerin's got to be real happy with what he's got out of Trevor Cahill today. He's throwing the ball exceptionally well, just a couple of mistakes. Really only one real mistake was the pitch to Bobby Abreu because it was a sinker that was up in the zone.
Ryan pulling that one foul. So most pitches that Cahill has thrown in the game this year, and obviously the deepest he's worked, the longest he'd gone before was 5 2/3. All the action in the American League done now. Detroit handling Boston 5-1. Toronto, mentioned earlier, sweeping Texas. Tampa Bay beat Cliff Lee 2-1. As Ryan chases Allen. Minnesota with a 5 spot in the 8th inning against Java Chamberlain. Finally, what was it, 11-game losing streak against the Yankees?
The Twins, no matter how well they were playing, they always found a way to lose, whether even the 8th or 9th innings. The Yankees came back against them, but not today.
Ryan takes upstairs. Cleveland beat Baltimore. The Ned Yost era in Kansas City is alive and kicking. 5-3 winners over the White Sox. 2-2. Ryan cues this one towards second base. Rosales charging with the bare hand. Not necessarily necessary, but it works. 1-2-3 inning through 7 here at the Big A. It is 3-0 Angels. Kuzmanov, Chavez, and Cust here against Pinheiro. 5 strikeouts, no walks, and 2 hits allowed. Kuzmanov 0 for 2 with a ground ball to short and a fly ball to left. I'll leave it a count of 1 ball, 1 strike.
Look at Pinheiro to 75 pitches right now here in the 8th inning, starting in the 8th inning. Outstanding.
2 balls and a strike. There's a guy that is, as far as pitch count is concerned, you can kind of throw that out the window. His highest pitch total, 117, 2 starts ago at Fenway Park. 2-1, rolled over to short. 1 away. We're talking about that scoreboard, the Rangers getting swept up in Toronto. If the Angels hold on and win this one, they will move to 2.5 games back of the Texas Rangers with that 2-game series beginning tomorrow in Arlington. Derek Holland, the left-hander, going up against Scott Kazmir. And then on Tuesday, C.J. Wilson and Jared Weaver. Chavez fouling the ball. First pitch.
I'm really looking forward to Scott Kazmir going out against the Texas Rangers with that newfound aggressiveness. Worked on that slider in between starts. In a meeting with Mike Sosa, Mike Butcher, just to talk about what they want to do as far as staying aggressive in the strike zone, trusting that fastball at 91, 93, using a changeup.
The Angels, of course, would move within a half game of Oakland. That one's out to deep left field. Going back on it is Reggie Willits. They make the catch. 2 outs. Pinheiro cruising right now, 80 pitches. Jack Cust steps to the plate. Mentioned the 2 games in Texas, 2 in Chicago against the White Sox, who, with the loss today, are now 15 and 22. And as I now peek up at that National League scoreboard, it is no longer the division leading St. Louis Cardinals. It's the second place St. Louis Cardinals, with the Reds beating the Redbirds 7-2 today. Cincinnati has a half game lead in the National League Central. Cust rolls that one foul.
Well, Dusty hasn't believed in himself in Cincinnati. A great baseball town, Cincinnati, but they haven't had a winner there for quite some time.
The only 2 teams over 500 in that division, the Cardinals and the Reds. Broken bat single out to left field. So Cust reaches with 2 outs here in the 8th. And that'll bring up Adam Rosales. Hey fans, groups of 25 or more can enjoy an exciting night of Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat. Be part of the fan experience that was voted #1 in all of sports by ESPN the magazine. Book your group outing today by calling 888-796-HALO or by visiting angelsbaseball.com/groups. Rosales takes up high. He's 1 for 2, had that double in the 6th inning.
It's even that footwork, always movement, hands, feet. A lot of energy. Rosales.
Looking through all the other divisions, not a whole lot of movement, although the Tigers all of a sudden making a little move in the American League Central. You see Fernando Rodney up in Moosomin. Tigers 1, Minnesota 1, so Tigers still just a game and a half back behind the Twins. The Rays still leading the East. Rosales breaks his bat and rolls into short. They'll go the short way, and they force out Jack Cuss for out number 3. Middle of the 8th, here's the Big A. All Angels 3-0. By One West Bank, one person at a time. Time now for the Jack in the Box game summary. Yoel Pinheiro, 8 innings thus far, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts. Bobby Abreu had that 2-run home run to make it 3-0 in the 6th inning. The last 3-game home sweep against Oakland in April of 2003. And it just might include 2 shutouts. Henry Rodriguez takes over on the mound for Trevor Cahill. Native of Venezuela comes up, called up before the game today, made his major league debut last year. Just 23 years of age, pitching in 3 games last year with no record of .225 ERA, working exclusively in relief. He's been a starter down in the minor leagues.
Guy that definitely relies on that fastball sink action. Pretty good power fastball too. Low 90s, slider, curveball, and changeup. That is highly nutritious.
Still 6 outs available to get that sugar rush for that ride home.
No better feeling to have a child that's eating the cotton candy, have their hands nice and sticky, and hold their hand as they walk out of the ballpark.
Absolutely.
It's a great feeling.
Or grab your cell phone or your pocket. It's great. The residue's fantastic. Comes off easy, too.
It truly is.
Mike Napoli takes outside. It'll be Napoli, Wood, and Ibar, the scheduled 3. Mike's 0 for 2 with a double play ball and a strikeout. Trevor Cahill this afternoon, 7 innings, 2 strikeouts, 3 runs, all earned on 5 hits and that home run. So not a bad outing by Trevor Cahill at all. That last fastball at 98. There's a perfect example of what we're talking about. It's all about keeping your distance in the cotton candy. Check swing. He went around, says Chris Guccione.
I always try to get my kids when they come to the ball game is to think of something else besides cotton candy, even though it's so good for you.
Ah, yes, the bag of spun sugar. Napoli going the opposite way, and that's going to fall in there for extra bases. Sweeney playing the carom rather nicely, and Napoli strolls in with a leadoff double. Nice opposite field hitting for Napoli.
Good swing, too, for Mike to be able to go the other way in the 7th double of the season. We're showing you've got a good fastball, power fastball. On top of that 4-seam fastball, that's what it showed. Location was good, but a better approach for Mike Napoli, staying inside the baseball, hitting it the right field for a double.
7th double of the year for Napoli. Puts himself in the scoring position, looking for a little insurance. Brandon Wood 0 for 2. Ground ball to short and a ground ball to third. Looking to sacrifice Napoli over to third. Brandon had a sack bunt in the 7th inning of Friday night's game. 2 balls and no strikes.
The winner now with 2-0 count when Mike Sosa changed his mind, let Brandon swing. Good fastball count, trusted at the very least to hit the ball to the right side of the infield. They advance Mike Napoli to third.
Up the first base line, it is foul. 2-1. Three balls and a strike.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, when a pitcher sees a guy square around the bunt, that sometimes it's difficult to throw a strike. I don't know why it happens. You used to just think of throw. You have 2 targets. You have the glove and the bat. Just throw right down the middle, take the out.
There's a bunt up the first base line. Barton will take it himself. Tags out Brandon. So the sacrifice works as Napoli moves to third. So with the infield in, Eric Ibar will try to bring home the 4th run this afternoon for the Halos. Eric's 0 for 3 now. A couple of ground outs and a fly ball out. Bob Guerin, the skipper's coming up. Former Major League catcher.
Maybe make him aware of the possibility of a suicide squeeze. A little more difficult with a left-handed batter out because you can pitch out and have a clear view as the guy run down from third base.
Rodriguez, one of the 6 player moves made today by the Oakland Athletics. Ibar takes down low. Two balls and no strikes. Seldom are going to get that call with Rodriguez being as erratic as he has been the first couple of batters here in the 8th.
He certainly has a good fastball. 98, 99. This relief ball can just let it go. As a starter, you have to conserve some energy. Not here in this spot.
Ibar tardy on that 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He's 2-1.
Boy, as a hitter right there, you're thinking, Lions, you're getting a fastball 2-0. You're going to start the bat head through the zone, but that pitch was clearly out of the strike zone. Just overly aggressive on that pitch. They'll try to get a pitch around belt high so you can get a fly ball to get the run across. Big run here, the bottom of the 8th.
Ibar out to shallow right. Sweeney's got a good arm. Napoli back at third base. And he's going to be stopped. 2 outs now. Angel fans, help send your favorite Angels to this year's All-Star Game by voting up to 25 times at angelsbaseball.com. Very easy. Go to angelsbaseball.com or MLB.com. And vote for your favorite Halos for the 2010 All-Stars. Vote early, vote often, vote Angels. Vote today at angelsbaseball.com. Now he takes outside. Kendrick 2 for 3 in this one with a single in the first, single in the 6th inning, and a run scored. Looking ahead to the ninth inning. Joel Piñeiro looking for that complete game as Howie pulls and foul it. He'll be facing 9-1-2, Patterson, Pennington, and Derek Barton. A win this afternoon to complete a nice homestand, dropping 2 of 3 against the Tampa Bay Rays and then bouncing back. Be a 4-2 homestand before heading out the road for 7. That is lined to left field, a base hit. Another 2-out knock for the Angels makes it 4-0.
Job by Howie. What a game. Comfortable in that number 2 spot in the lineup for Mike Scioscia. Very versatile in that spot to do so many things. This level show, that's a spinning breaking pitch. You have to throw in some hard fastballs. You speed up the bat by throwing a breaking pitch. Out over the plate for a base hit for Howie.
Brings up Bobby Abreu with a 2-run home run in the 6th inning. Howie picking up his 19th RBI of the year. The bulk of those picked up in the bottom part of the order. There's a strike.
Well, Rodriguez is really letting it go now. A little angry giving up that base hit on that breaking pitch. He's now firing that fastball at 99, back-to-back pitches.
And probably facing one of his idols growing up, Bobby Abreu, both from Venezuela.
They have that little extra energy to try to get him out here in this spot. He's definitely rearing back and throwing as hard as he possibly can.
Two and two. Piñeiro looking for that complete game. Wants to get back out there. A heck of a job this afternoon. Going back to that 6th inning. This off Trevor Cahill going the opposite way. 5th home run of the year for Bobby. They made it 3-0 at that point. That one must have missed a little bit up and away.
I guess it was just too hard of a pitch. That was a pretty good spot.
Full count now with 2 outs. Kendrick will be off the pitch, first base.
A little bit residual for that one pitch that was called. It was down in the strike zone against Bobby.
Foul back.
As a starting pitcher, you're glad you got that run across, but you want to get back out there at this point. You don't mind another run or 2 or 3. Your energy level, your focus is about getting another 0 out there.
Ball 4. So the inning stays alive. Kendrick at second base now. Abreu at first for Torrey Hunter. Kurt Young. If he's going out there, he's got to pull him because Bob Guerin's already made a visit, hasn't he? And sure enough, Bob Guerin made a visit to the mound to talk about the situation with Ibar at the plate and Napoli at third base. Kurt Young was coming out as if to talk to him. Nobody's losing in that bullpen.
That might have been a bad situation.
No doubt.
You would have to get someone up, and they only allowed a certain amount of pitches to get loose in the game, and that would have been cold out of the bullpen.
Torrey takes high. It's been a tough stretch for the Oakland A's, without a doubt. They've lost 4 in a row.
In that situation, Kurt Young didn't cross the line in the field of play. That's why the decision was not made to automatically force the bullpen action to come in.
And Rodriguez falling behind at 2 balls and no strikes. Torrey in this one 1 for 3. Had a double with a run scored in the second.
So we're going to get some action up and down in that bullpen for Oakland. Looks like he's starting to lose a little bit, Rodriguez. Overthrew some pitches. Mechanics are out of whack right now. That's why Kurt Young was thinking about going out there, but the reality is you couldn't in that spot.
There's ball 4. It's a back-to-back walks. Loads them up now for Kendry Morales. Cedric Bowers is the left-hander up and loose. Another call up prior to the game.
This situation where Bob Guerin sent Suzuki out not only to be able to calm his youngster down, but also to give us time for the bullpen to get loose.
Bowers a non-roster guy. That's why Chad Godin was designated. You saw Howie Kendrick at third, Bobby Abreu at second, Torrey Hunter at first.
.321 career batting average for Kenny with the base lit, but has never hit a grand slam. Cotton candy may be the key to get the first grand slam for Kenny Morales.
Takes a strike. Kendry in this one is 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a fly ball out to left. Chasing that breaking pitch. 0-2 now.
We've seen a steady diet of fastballs for a while for Rodriguez. Throws a curveball in the dirt. Suzuki, nice job as far as squaring up the body, keeping in front.
One-two on the ground to second. The Angels get a run here in the 8th inning. They give that guy a little extra cushion. Pinheiro going for his 13th complete game. 2 singles, and a double. Last shutout for Piñeiro, June 23rd of last year at Citi Field against the Mets. He allowed just 2 hits in that game against the Metropolitans, walking 1 and striking out 1. Two balls and no strikes. Patterson in this one is 0 for 2, twice having grounded out to second base.
More than likely in this position now, when you're down by 4 runs, you're going to be taking 2-0. So that fastball trusts the movement right down the middle.
And it's 3 balls and no strikes. 89 pitches for Piñeiro. And that's a 4-pitch walk.
We talked about that length of that last inning, the way Cahill was throwing. He didn't have much time in between innings. Piñeiro didn't. He didn't have time to cool down in that spot right there. Long half of an inning. Got him out of his position as far as throwing strikes.
Brian Fuentes starting to play some catch. Cliff Pennington 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts. Longest outing this year for Piñeiro prior to today. April 19th against the Tigers. 7 1/3. Scoreless baseball for him. Pennington on the ground to the left side. Ibar's got it. They go to second and they get at least the lead runner, Eric Patterson. Nice play by Ibar to stick with it.
Very good play because you're screened by Brandon Wood going for that baseball as he cut across off the end of the bat by Pennington. That is not an easy play for a shortstop. Shortstop got by Brandon Wood and he's able to make the play and get that force out.
There's Derek Barton, the first baseman. He's 0 for 3. Last time up, actually swung at the first pitch and grounded out to Kenji Morales. Saw the numbers earlier, 12 complete games, 5 shutouts in Piñeiro's career. Barton skying one out to left center. Reggie Willits is under it, glasses gleaming, and there's out number 2. Pennington heads back over to first. They're just 1 out away from completing the 3-game sweep here of the Oakland A's. And putting the Halos 2.5 back in the American League West behind the Texas Rangers with a 2-game series in Arlington starting tomorrow night. Joe Saunders got it going with that 4-0 complete game shutout on Friday night, followed up by Irvin Santana's 6 innings last night. And Piñeiro following suit.
Boy, just a good aggressive pitching for the Halos here of late. This whole month of May. Dealing.
Ryan Sweeney takes strike 1. Sweeney's 0 for 3. A couple of fly balls to left and a ground out. The win would put the Angels 3 games under 500. Sweeney, shallow left center field. Willits coming on, can't get it. It's a base hit for Sweeney, so the inning stays alive. As Pennington ends up at second base, and Kurt Suzuki will get an opportunity.
Number 8, catcher Kurt Suzuki.
Another good pitch, too, by Piñeiro, who's at 96. What a job the Halos did with men in scoring position throughout the series. A .407 batting average. There's strike 1. Suzuki 0 for 3 himself in his first game back. He's reactivated from the 15-day disabled list.
Especially Piñeiro's got a lot left with that movement on that fastball to get ahead of Suzuki 0-1.
On the ground is short. This should do it. Ibar to Kendrick. Game over. Light that baby up as the Angels complete the sweep of the Oakland Athletics. Yoel Pinheiro, his 6th career shutout.
Well, he threw the ball so well, worked down in the zone, made some adjustments through the course of the game, getting some curveballs over, sliders, some split change-ups. And what a great job by the defense for the Halos behind him. Pinheiro doesn't waste any time. Ground ball after ground ball. Bobby Abreu with the big provider with that 2-run opposite field home run. So the offense did their job. The defense was outstanding once again, but the tone was set by Pinheiro getting another shutout. The Angels with 2 shutouts in this weekend series against Oakland. Outstanding job. Give them a chance to win a series. They sweep it, pick up another game on Texas, who were swept up in Oakland, up in Toronto.
Sorry, Gooby. 98 pitches thrown by Yoel Pinheiro, picking up 5 strikeouts, issuing 1 walk. It came here in the 9th inning. And just another terrific pitching performance by the starters in the month of May. The Angels now 18-21 overall, 12-11 here at the Big A, and are now just 2.5 games back of the Texas Rangers. You've got Scott Kazmir, Derek Holland battling it out tomorrow night at Game 1 of that 2-game set in Texas, followed by Jared Weaver and C.J. Wilson. Once again, Angels pick up the complete game shutout 4-0 over the Oakland A's. Let's go down to Sean Farnham.
You know, 2 nights ago we talked about a complete game shutout, and here 2 days later we get to do the exact same thing. Man, you had great command on your first pitch strike. How good did it feel out there today?
Felt great. I kept the ball down, a couple good plays behind me. We got some early runs, and it was a great team win.
Was it a little bit frustrating? The last 2 starts, you really pitched well, and you didn't really factor into the decision. You lost the decision on Monday night as the game went into extra innings when you turned it over to the bullpen. How badly did you want to close this one out?
You always want to close the game out, no matter if it's the first start of the year or the last one. So you can't control where you go out there. Give the team a chance to win, and we did that today.
Significance of this homestand, you win 4 out of the 6 games. You get your first sweep over the A's since 2003 inside Angel Stadium. How important is that as you try to build momentum as you go on this road trip?
Definitely. We're playing games in our division, so we need to step it up and play good baseball. And, I mean, it's going to be a tough road, but we're going to do it.
This pitching staff is coming together. A complete game shutout. Congratulations on the victory today.
Thank you.
All right, after a quick break, we'll be right back with Angels Live. It'll be Jose as well as Billy Mack out at the Rocks as the Angels take care of business today 4-0 over the A's.